So I got my hands on Tekken 8 for the PC. And I need to talk about it. But I don't want to just go on and waste all of our time.
So let me review Tekken 8 in under 8 minutes.
Mika, start the clock.
Get ready for the next battle.
This is the first major fighting game to be powered by the Unreal Engine 5, and it shows. Many of your favorite Tekken waifus and husbandos are rendered beautifully with completely new models. This level of visual fidelity also extends to their alternate costumes and what's in the character customizer too. But the thing that really caught my eye was just how beautiful the surrounding environments looked. Whether it's stage backgrounds or FMV cutscenes, the world of Tekken 8 looks really, really pretty. These upgraded visuals are also seen in battles, when you use Heat Smash or Rage Arts to unleash your character's special moves. Next. The composers working on this game absolutely cooked with this one. From the theme song Mastery, performed by Japanese supergroup The Last Rockstars, to the certified bangers that grace almost every stage, your ears are in for a treat. I was really happy with the mix of different genres and sounds too. You got everything from traditional Japanese to EDM to rock, just to name a few. My favorite track is called Into the Stratosphere First Volcanic Bomb, and it's just this. Next. That's all well and good, but how does Tekken 8 play? Short answer, excellently. Let me explain. Many beloved Tekken characters are back with their classic move pools along with a few new additions. Beyond new moves, I also gotta mention the heat system and the rage system. Each character gets to go into a heat state, which lets them do chip damage, get extra moves, and dash cancel their moves. Then there's the rage system. When your life drops below a certain point, you're able to pull off these amazing moves that play out like an anime super move that feels very much at home with the vibe of Tekken. Another thing I want to mention is the simple mode. It is an accessibility feature that allows new players to access simplified controls by holding down the left trigger. I like that they put this option in the game. I want more people to get into Tekken and learn about the absolute bonkers nonsense that we call the story. I don't think it'll affect the competitive scene in any way, because this system, while easy, does limit your options. So as your skills increase, you might find that you will outgrow this option eventually. One final thing I want to say is that they actually use the gameplay mechanics of the game to tell its story, and that is something I have never seen in the Tekken series quite like this, and I am so here for it. Next. Let's talk about online play. First things first, Tekken 8 uses a rollback netcode, so that's already a good sign. In my experience with online play, I've been mostly free of netcode issues. I played in my local server, which is Asia, and it was very smooth. Even when I played with players in the Oceania server, I found it to be very good. I didn't experience any noticeable lag. The only issue I've had has been with FPS lag, which has more to do with the level design than the netcode. The speed of finding matches is pretty good too. I noticed that the wait times for unranked matches were around a minute, and for ranked it was just a little bit longer, but never enough to bother me. As for overall experience, I enjoyed my time in the Asia servers. I haven't had anyone attempt any griefing or any sort of antisocial behavior, and there's also a healthy amount of players to test your mettle against. The online ranking system is quite generous too. You gain way more when you win than lose when you lose, which is pretty encouraging. I still don't get the logic behind the ranking system's names, but I'm starting to think I'll never get it. Next. I am not kidding when I say that this feels like the Avengers Endgame of Tekken. So many plot lines and characters I've been following for years come to a head, and I am so here for it. I'm not gonna ruin any surprises in the story, so let me comment on it vaguely. I really loved it. Many characters I like got a chance to shine. There were several memorable moments, and not just for the Mishima clan or the Kazama clan. That said, the thing I love the most about this story is how it's told. Instead of breaking it up into the arcade mode and letting us piece together what's canon, we now have a story mode containing a story that is told chronologically. What a concept! As someone who has been following this roller coaster since Tekken 3 for the PS1, I am really grateful to be able to get the plot of the game without having to poorly play every character in the arcade. In addition to that, the transition from cutscene to battle is really smooth too. I'm just in love with this presentation style and I want more fighting games to copy this. Please. The story this time deals with the conclusion of the conflict between Jin Kazama and his father Kazuya Mishima. It also introduces a new character called Reina to the series. She combines Asuka's face, a familiar character's moves, and a deceptive personality to completely unlock the conspiracy theorist part of my brain. Who are you? Who are you? I must know. When is Tekken 9 coming? Another thing I want to shout out is that the story gives moments to some of the background characters to shine too. In a lot of fighting games, the story focuses on the main cast and the rest are just there. But not this time. Even if their role is small or silly, the majority of the roster gets their moment. Heck, even Kuma the Karate Bear gets a moment in the main story and I was extremely amused to see it. This is probably the best story Tekken has ever had, presented the best it's ever been. You need to check this out. Tekken 8 is the Avengers Endgame of the Tekken franchise. This is the big one. Things will never be the same for the Tekken story after this. It feels exhilarating to watch a saga that's been developing since 1994 reach such a conclusive chapter. Tekken 8 is the best the franchise has ever looked. The switch to Unreal Engine 5 has blown the quality of the visuals into the stratosphere. Tekken 8's OST is the perfect music to fight your evil dad to. The various styles on offer made the story a thrill ride and the versus play more hype than it had any right to be. Tekken 8's gameplay is the most fun I've had with the franchise. It felt familiar enough to get used to it quick, but new enough to really dig my teeth into. Yoshimitsu's rage art is his Bankai and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Bankai.
Tekken 8 is an 8 out of 8 masterpiece. It feels like a culmination of everything the team has learned throughout the years.
And that's under 8 minutes. Like and subscribe.
Chicken.